Well, these two teams meet quite often in the state lacrosse championship game. Previously, it's been the IHSLA championship game. This year, for the first time, it's the IHSA state championship. Here are the paths these two teams traveled to get here. Loyola knocked off Evanston Township in the section finals and then beat fellow Catholic League member Fenwick in the super sectionals before knocking off Naperville North in the state semis. For New Trier, their road started with a victory over a very good St. Viator team in the section finals, followed up by a win over another rising lacrosse power, Grays Lake North, and then a victory over Glenbard West in the semifinals on Thursday night to get to this title game. So the Trevians are here. They beat Loyola in last year's state championship game. They lost to Loyola the year prior to that. Mark, not a lot of holes on this team.
Well, you look at that bottom stat there, Jim. 3 goals allowed on average. That is an outstanding number, a great defense. You see their overall mark of 21-3, undefeated in conference. 2 of those 3 losses, Jim, were from that Indiana team, that Culver team, I think it's called.
Academy.
Yeah, Culver Academy, which is a college prep boarding school.
Alma mater of Gary Suter, the former Blackhawks defenseman. On the other side of the field, the Loyola Ramblers.
Yeah, look at that. 318 goals. As I mentioned, they average 19 goals here in the state tournament, so they have upped the offense quite a bit. They also 21-3, also 7-0 on top of their conference. So we should be in for a good one. You mentioned the IHSLA, the Illinois High School Lacrosse Association, handing off the baton to the IHSA. And, Jim, we'd like to certainly pass along our congratulations to a job well done to the IHSLA President Rich Martin and his crew. What a job they have done over the years. And these two teams, the Trevians and the Ramblers, have won 23 of the 30 IHSLA Boys Championships.
Time now for our national anthem. Here is Hinsdale Central senior to be next year, Alyssa Fridholm.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we held at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the lands of the free and the home of the brave?
Alyssa is a classically trained singer. She sings in the choirs here at Hinsdale Central. She's currently working on her own album.
Wow.
And Mark, she plays 5 instruments, and she counts her voice as an instrument. She also plays the guitar, the ukulele, the drums, and the piano. She hopes to attend Georgetown after she graduates from Hinsdale Central as a member of the class of 2019. Beautiful night. It's a little on the cool side and getting a little bit nippy, but after suffering through the 90s last weekend, we will take it. It might get a little breezy from time to time, but based on the awful weather that the officials and the players and the coaches have all had to deal with this spring, they will certainly take a 70-degree evening at least at face-off. It's going to get a little chilly throughout the night. The lights will take effect. Folks, again, we could see just about anything because these two teams can play it any way that you would like to play it. Brian Sitzer, Henry Friedman, Tom DeFelice. They are all guys who have been starters in previous years for New Trier out on the field. The guy we really want to call attention to is Dominic Uricalo, the goalkeeper for Loyola, and his counterpart is Cooper Yacino. I mean, they're experienced guys, but Uricalo was outstanding in last year's championship game, even though New Trier was able to get the best of them, and New Trier comes into this game the defending state champ. Folks, just sit back and enjoy, because I don't care what the sport is across the IHSA spectrum, these are the two dominant teams, and they're the best, and they've been the best for a long, long time.
You mentioned the goalie for Loyola, Dom. He is going to play at Division I Manhattan College, two-time All-Stater in goal for Loyola.
14 championship game appearances for New Trier since 2002. 14 championship game appearances for Loyola since 2002.
Incredible.
And there's only been 2 times since 1988 when these two teams have not met in the championship game. 1988, Lake Forest against Evanston. 2000, Glenbrook South against Barrington. But every other year, it's been one of these two, and many times both.
16th time these two teams are meeting for a state title. With the win last year, New Trier holds the 8-7 advantage.
Nolan Swain for New Trier, McBurden for Loyola. 4 12-minute quarters, maybe more, between these two teams. And Burden, he is able to win the draw and move it into the Loyola end. Burden chased back. He is a Fogo, a face-off get-off, so he got control of the ball and he comes off the field, and it's Caden Keller for Loyola.
Loyola winning another face-off. They dominated Naperville North in that category in the semis. We touched on them winning 19 of the first 20 face-offs in that semifinal win against the Huskies.
These two teams have played against each other so many times over the years. They know the styles. First shot of the game goes low, and an early score by Timmy Hackett.
Tim Hackett, junior midfielder, with the first goal of this championship game. Here it is again. Switches directions, goes down low, and the first goal of the game.
Well, we told you that about anything can happen, and one of those anythings is a goal 31 seconds into the game. Unassisted.
Yeah, midfielder Johnny Madej of New Trier scored the first goal in last year's championship game. This year, it's midfielder Timothy Hackett of Loyola scoring the first game in this year's championship game.
Swain and Burden, part 2. And it is Burden once again, wins it clean. He's on the attack. He might keep going. He does, and a big stop made by Cooper Yacino. Cooper came up big. That was huge. He lets one by there, and all of a sudden, boy, the Ramblers are off to the races. Here comes Johnny Mayday. And New Trier will set up. They have lost both draws, but after a quick shot by Burden, who won the draw, New Trier on the attack. One thing you will notice, these teams can really control the ball. Swing it around, Brian Sitzer will give it to Johnny Mayday. Mayday takes a hack, keeps on moving, lost the ball, tied his man up, and ground ball is going to be scooped up by Cooper Prozic.
Good defense there by Quinn Cashian, belting his stick, creating the turnover.
Quinn Red Cashian.
Yeah, there you go.
Loyola back on the attack. This is Kyle McGarvey.
Quinn Cashian, the long stid mid.
Najee Taylor, who called his name a few times during football season last fall. And now here's Ned Seaman. Loyola leading 1-0. It is early. New Trier, the defending state champs. Loyola, they finished second in that title game last year. Taken away. Nice defensive play by Brian Sitzer. And then Sitzer coughed it up, scooped up out of the air cleanly by Andrew Forsyth. Now Najee Taylor will kind of rebalance things a little bit. Loyola back on the attack, looking to add on to their 1-0 lead. Taylor backs it out. Here's Ned Seaman. Seaman staring down on Johnny Mayday. Seaman makes a move. Mayday goes right with him. Popped in behind the goal. This is Nolan Chow. Chow trying to turn his shoulder and make a move to the corner. Couldn't get it. Taylor goes up low on the stick, fights his way in. Can't get free for an opportunity, and then lost the ball. Nice defense by the Trevians, especially by Tom DeFelice. Ball goes over the sideline, and it's ruled Loyola.
Taylor hit him in the back here. Let's take another look at it. Watch 22 in the white. Yeah, he kind of shoved him out of bounds there. No call. Play on.
Ned Seaman, a little bit of room to operate. He's run down by Mayday.
That's how physical this boys game is with the checking, the legal checking.
Speaking of Mayday, can you believe it's been 25 years since Mayday Malone closed Cheers?
Oh, wow. Oh, 25 years.
25 years. Pop culture reference for the night.
Yeah.
Timmy Hackett with the ball right now for Loyola. 8:36 remaining in the quarter. As Pat Hughes would say, the lights are beginning to take effect just a little bit.
There you go.
Ramblers trying to get a chance. Nice pass in front. Score. What a goal by Forsyth. Forsyth took a pass that looked like it was impossible to get through there and buries it.
Well, Andrew Forsyth, goal number 48 on the year. Take another look at it here. Nice pass from Keller. He's going to get the assist. Forsyth gives the Ramblers a 2-goal lead here early on.
Ramblers bolt to a 2-0 lead. And, you know, we were remarking before the game and trying to remember all the places we've watched these two teams play. Because no matter where these two teams meet in a state championship game, it's pretty well packed.
Yeah. Andrew Forsyth, a 3-year varsity player, leader on this offensive unit.
Matt Moog in to take the draw for New Trier. He cannot beat Mick Burden. Burden is 3 for 3. Boy, Burden's had some nice runs after winning the draw too, and he's on one here. He's a face-off get-off, but he doesn't want to come off.
No.
Double team behind the goal, just trying to fight to keep possession of it, and he does. Ball kind of squirted out of there, but he got to Michael Foyer.
Well, keeping an eye on the face-offs. Loyola winning its first 3 of the game. You see it up there. Loyola with a 3-0 advantage on face-offs.
3-0 advantage on shots, too. They outshot Naperville North 50-15.
Wow.
17-3 in the first quarter on Thursday night. Trying to battle his way through is Connor Cook. Cook had nothing, passed it back. Looking for the upper corner of the net was Caden Keller, and he just missed.
He did. Wow, that was close.
Boy, Loyola is really firing here early.
They are moving the ball around very effectively, getting New Trier on its heels here early on.
It's a cliche in many sports, but it's absolutely true in this one. The best defense is to be on offense.
That's it. 4-0 as far as shots go for Loyola.
Keller passes back. Little bouncer coming in, and Yasaino makes the stop on the shot by Connor Cook, his second. Out to midfield, ball's on the ground, scooped up by Oxenhurt. Carson Oxenhurt dropped it back, full speed. Gavin Randall passed it off. Look at New Trier move the ball quickly, and a stop by Dominic Uricalo.
Well, you see the talent there of Dominic in goal. There's a good look at him, number 24, only a junior.
We saw Dominic last year in this title game.
Yes.
I mean, he had guys point blank getting all the shot, and he would just stand there and get it. He's really a pretty amazing guy to watch. One of the calmest keepers you're ever going to see was Najee Taylor.
Coach Snyder telling me one of their trips they went out east, they went 5-1. Much of the reason why was because of the goalkeeping play of Dom. He says that he's the best that he's ever had in goal. That's saying a lot for Coach
Yeah, they've
Snyder.
had some great players in this program over the years. Trying to turn and get free as Forsyth gave a little shove to Nate Carlton.
Boy, it's getting physical.
Yeah, these two teams, you know, familiarity breeds contempt. I'm sure that is the case. They know each other very, very well. And again, if you're not familiar with the geography, the two schools are basically right next door to each other. In fact, one year the state title game was played at New Trier. The Loyola guys warmed up in their home field and walked over. Just in time for the start of the game.
Yeah. How cool is that?
Rough ride. Tom Furlise putting Nolan Chow to the turf, and Najee Taylor hits the deck. So it's 2-0 Loyola, but they've paid a price.
Sophomore Cooper Yacino making another nice play. Both goalies coming up with some nice plays early on.
Brian Sitzer and his orchestra move the ball into the attack zone for Loyola, or for New Trier, I'm sorry. Johnny Mayday has it for the Trevians.
Boy, it's been a quick first quarter. We're already under 5 minutes,
These
Jim.
teams are not messing around.
No.
Gavin Randall trying to make a move, trying to get free. Got back onto his forehand, heads for the goal, takes a shot.
Oh.
Yeah, you know what? He didn't have a whole lot of room to begin with, and he tried to find a corner and then put it wide.
It was a great move, and you're right, a little bit to the left for Gavin Randall. Great all-around player, smooth. 3 years on varsity.
Randall again. This time we'll go behind the net. Trevians will reset. Henry Friedman. They start to work it around again. Randall, nice move to get on his forehand. Moves in, tough shot. That shot might have gone wide, but Urakawa decides not to take a chance, flags it down, makes the stop.
Great save by Dominic Boy. How do you get something past this goalie, man? He seems like he smothers it. Should mention the two head coaches, too. Tom Harala of New Trier and Rob Snyder, two of the best. Rob Snyder played his college lacrosse at Notre Dame, Jim. Started his coaching career at Loyola, 1999.
Ramblers leading 2-0. They are on the attack now. Timmy Hackett has it. Loyola trying to get everybody set before they really get serious about making a run at the net. Might be doing it right here. Connor Cook just gets hauled down. That, folks, is a no-doubter, and Loyola is going to get a man advantage.
That is a great tackle if we were playing football. Take another look at it here. Yeah. Carson Oxener. Speaking of football, the big Ox quarterback on the New Trier football team. There he is, number 7.
Trier's had some good teams last couple of years. So, man advantage now for Loyola, and they have 3:23 remaining in the first quarter.
Carson taking a knee. He's being recruited by the Ivy League to play football. One of the best athletes on the team, according to Tom Harala.
30-second advantage for the Ramblers. Have time, but they can't mess around too long here. Quinn Callahan. Ramblers working around. Here's Najee Taylor. Now Caden Keller. Keller square onto the net. No room to go with it. Michael Foyer. Caden Keller. Keller takes a look. Puts it in front. And Chow turns. No opportunity. Keller takes a look. He fires. And a big stop by Yacino. But he didn't control the rebound. Great battle for the ball. And yeah, we had a lot of... Boy, these two teams are really playing some physical lacrosse.
Well, here's another look at it here, Jim. A nice shot there by Keller. And you're right, Yacino couldn't cover up. Boy, look at that shove there by Tommy DeFelice.
So Oxenhurt comes back in. DeFelice will go out.
Yeah.
And it's a 1-minute man advantage. 2:47 to go.
Tommy DeFelice was a first-team all-conference performer, major contributor to last year's championship game, and he's going to sit for a minute.
Loyola now has a little more time to work on this one. Keller to Chow. Now Taylor. Taylor. Chow thought he might take a shot there, and I think that's exactly what Keller was thinking too, because I don't think he was ready for the return pass. Taylor fakes, now drops it to Keller.
Great start to the game if you're the Ramblers. They're up 2-0, and they have a man advantage here.
But they have yet to take a shot with a man advantage. They keep working it around, but no shot as of yet. Now here comes the shot, and Yacino, nice stop.
But Loyola will get another opportunity.
DeFelice getting ready to come back in. A little bit more time low on the corner of the net, and Quinn Callahan makes it 3-0 Loyola.
Number 44, Quinn Callahan with the goal.
Quinn Callahan, number 44 for Loyola. Boy, the Ramblers are up 3-0 now. Callahan on the one-man advantage as we take another look at it here. The senior attacker, the third goal of the game for the Ramblers. Pretty good defense there by Carson Ox, but an even better offensive play by that man right there, Quinn Callahan.
Nolan Swain back on to take the draw for New Trier. And Mick Burden, who's been dominant so far in the draws, back out again for Loyola.
Yeah, Loyola's won every single face-off so far.
Well, they'll get that one too.
Yeah.
Here come the Ramblers again. John Garrett. Callahan just scored the goal. Now back behind the goal, this is Brendan Tate. Taylor will let the attackers from the bench get on. Now George Stanton. Seaman to Taylor. Taylor, good burst of speed. Bears in, can he make a move to get free? No, he was guided off by McRitchie in front, and then paying the price to get to the front of the net was Brendan Tate, but couldn't get a shot off. New Trier's got to get something going offensively there. Minute 7 remaining in the quarter. In front. Oh, pass was right on the money for Friedman. He couldn't get it cleanly. Scooping up the ground ball is Brian Sitzer. Then Sitzer had it knocked away. Luca Lazaretto with the defense. Inside of a minute remaining in the quarter.
See if the Ramblers hold it for the last shot of the quarter.
Need to get moving a little bit more quickly, or will they just kind of take their time here and say, hey, we're up 3-0, let's not make a mistake and give New Trier one more possession. Hackett has it, 32 seconds to go. Loyola not in a big hurry here. They don't need to be. Loyola is out shooting New Trier 9-3. Reverse move to get free by Hackett, and he was quickly picked up by Connor Baldwin. Hackett spins, gets away, but didn't have a good angle. Tried to spin again to get a better angle and ended up losing the ball. Scooped it up off the ground. Boy, it's physical when there's a ground ball close to the goal. And that was scooped up nicely by Nate Carlton. And that'll do it. First quarter is over. A rapid first quarter because of the quality of play. And at the end of one, it's Loyola 3, New Trier nothing on the CN100 Game of the Week. Welcome back to Hinsdale Central, where Loyola leading New Trier 3-0 in the boys lacrosse state championship game. New Trier began the day with 4 opportunities for state championships. Their boys volleyball team was knocked out earlier today. Their girls lacrosse team lost to Hinsdale Central. The boys lacrosse team trailing Loyola, but the girls soccer team leading Barrington 1-0 in the girls 3A soccer championship game being played not too far away from here at North Central College in Naperville. That game, by the way, 3 minutes left in the first half. New Trier will get their first face-off win. Tom DeFelice, long stick midfielder, will move it up the field. Lost it, had it hacked out of his hands by Quinn Cashin. So that possession did not last very long. Boy, what a great long pass by the Ramblers. Ramblers on the attack once again. Turned around was Kyle McGarvey. That long pass, by the way, was Luca Lazaretto. That thing covered across the field. Upfield only about 50 yards, but that thing probably traveled close to 75 yards going across the field. Caden Keller has been very active in the game. Gave it up to Timmy Hackett. Now here's Connor Cook. Cook drew the double team and then an errant pass into the middle of the field. Scooped up on the run by Carson Oxenhurt. Oxenhurt trying to ignite some offense for the New Trier Trevians. Friedman will wait for the attack men to get on. Gavin Randall comes on, and then late to the party is Johnny Mayday. Mayday and Sitzer out on top of the attack for New Trier.
Rob Snyder telling me, Jim, back on that May 1st game when Loyola lost 5-3 to New Trier, he said they left a lot on the table, didn't play very well. He certainly has to like the way his team started off this championship game.
Yeah. For Loyola, their last loss on the season came when they were playing in Missouri back in May. They lost 10-9. They have not lost to an Illinois team all year. Let me check that. They lost to New Trier.
Yeah, except for New Trier.
I was excluding the loss to New Trier.
Yeah, they actually had a 2-game losing streak. New Trier and that team from Missouri. Can you believe that?
And again, Loyola makes New Trier cough up the ball while they're on the attack.
Loyola's other loss was from a team from New York. As you take a look at the first quarter numbers.
West Genesee, New York. They lost that game 9-6. That was back on April 21st. I'm just going to bet the weather was lousy that day. My chances of being right are pretty good with the spring we've had around here and all across the country.
Loyola, 1 of 2 in man-up situations in that first quarter.
New Trier on the attack, drive to the goal. That one was shot wide. That was Brian Sitzer on the run.
Great opportunity there for Brian, but just a little bit to the left. First team all-conference performer, Brian Sitzer, one of the better athletes on the field as well. 3-year varsity player. Brian is starting running back on the football team. He's going to be playing Ivy League football as well. Football is his first love.
Well, it won't be long once school starts up again in the fall that these two schools get together again. Loyola and New Trier will play football in week 2 at Loyola. I'll just advise you this, get there early if you want to see it, folks.
And we were talking to Pat Mahoney, the athletic director for Loyola, and they still don't have a week 1 opponent in football yet. Coach Holisek's going to be getting a little anxious. They're going to probably have to go out of state.
Or, you know, I wonder with the scheduling issues if they just end up playing 8 games. I mean, I would think Loyola will still make the playoffs even only playing 8 games. But it's a conundrum. There's not a lot of dance partners left.
Well, I mean,
June 2nd.
Holisek's been in the NFL for a long time. He's got connections around the states, doesn't he?
Maybe he's got a bye. Just take the bye week. Shot.
Played
hunting for just under the crossbar. George Stanton couldn't find the target. 6 saves by Uricalo. And then, well, getting a little aggressive and taking it away. So the ball is going to go back. So that was Cooper Ursino. Took it away. And Loyola's going to get it back here with 8:12 remaining here in the second quarter.
A couple of substitutions coming in. Connor Cook. Tim Hackett coming back in as well.
Loyola 10 shots so far in the game, 8 different players taking those shots. Ursino got out of position trying to intercept the pass, but boy, he got back there quickly. Looked a little dangerous, but he knew what he was doing. Got back in plenty of time. The physicality of this game has slowed down just a little bit. I mean, the first quarter was just absolutely, if you went anywhere toward that net, you were going to pay a price. The defense now for New Trier is forcing Loyola a little bit more out to the perimeter. Tim Hackett turns, looks, fires, scores!
Oh, my. Hackett's second goal of the game. Wow. The lead is 4 now for the Ramblers. Take another look at it here. Goal number 2 by the junior midfielder. Hackett just lets it fly, man, and Ursino just had no chance.
That was a wicked shot.
Another angle here. Goes sidearm, if you will.
I don't know that ever hit the ground, but I'll tell you what, when it crossed the goal line, it was only a couple inches off of the turf because that was a laser low and away. Faceoffs have been a problem for New Trier in this game. And this one will be awarded to Loyola. Well, no, they're going to go the other way. It's New Trier. Okay, Andy says it did hit the ground. Let's see.
Oh, yeah, you see
yeah.
the splash there. The
It-
pellets,
it-
rubber pellets.
It only hit about 5 feet out from the goal line, though. Good rush, and that shot by Sherb actually was deflected, so it wasn't as wide as it looked because it hit something on the way there.
Jim, I know we've seen some crazy things when these two teams
Yeah.
have played against each other, but this is a New Trier. The way Loyola is playing, can't go down 5-0 here.
Teams are so good, though.
Boy.
I mean, I was thinking the same thing, Mark, but I was
Yeah.
like, I'm not going to say it because
Yeah.
we've seen crazy stuff
Oh.
between these two teams. Like that,
There
just
you go.
walking in and scoring is Gavin Randall.
Big goal there by Randall. Junior midi for the Trevians, and Loyola on the board. Take another look at it here as you see Gavin make the move, gets into the crease area, goes down, and it gets by Dominic. Unassisted goal there for Randall.
And you could tell the lift that it gave the New Trier faithful that are packed in behind the
Yeah.
New Trier bench.
Third on the team in points and assists is Gavin Randall.
It's getting a little quiet over there.
Boy, that was big.
Can Swain back it up with a face-off win?
See if the Trevians can get the momentum to shift to their side a little bit.
Swain against Burden again. Good battle. Well, let's check that. That was 23. Matt Moog in there on the draw, and he wins it. Okay, now wait a second. I could have sworn they signaled Loyola or New Trier, but it's Loyola that has it.
I thought they did too.
All right, so 6:15 to go here in the second quarter. Loyola leads 4-1, and they have the ball.
Carson Oxenhurt back into the game for New Trier.
George Stanton attacking on an angle. Not ready to commit as of yet, so he'll just drop it off behind the goal. Coming out from behind the goal is Michael Foyer. Najee Taylor. Well, until that goal, it was about a perfect performance by Loyola so far.
Yeah.
Turning and pivoting is Chow. Now here comes to work around the perimeter for the Ramblers. Seaman gets it back from Taylor. Seaman looking to attack. Had Oxenhurt lined up, got rid of him, and then he couldn't take the shot. What a great job of coming over and helping on defense by Wilson McRitchie. Prevented a great shot opportunity on that. Shot, that'll go wide. Loyola will continue with the ball.
It was Michael Fuhrer with the shot, number 6 here for Loyola. Ooh, that one almost got it cornered.
Trying to bury his shoulder and drive in was Nolan Chow. He hits the dirt out in front, and cutting into the goal and not there to accept the pass was Andrew Forsyth. New Trier with a stop. Under 5 minutes to go here in the second quarter. Maybe a chance to make this a 4-2 game.
Yeah.
Get the feeling, Mark, that this is a rather large possession for the Trevians. Right
Yeah. Every possession is going to be huge here for the final 4:42 of this half, especially for New Trier.
Trevians still trying to get set in the attack zone. And they're also working on getting everybody on.
Flagged up.
Got a flag up, and New Trier is going to man advantage. They like to score before they have to go to it, though. Working his way in is Henry Friedman. Errant pass, and now New Trier is going to go to the man advantage.
Big opportunity here for the Trevians. 4:12 remaining. There's the penalty there by Will Starshek, number 47, junior defenseman. Take a knee.
47, Will Starshak with a penalty. 1 minute.
1 minute on the penalty for Big Will. So a great opportunity now for New Trier, Jim, to get to within 2 if they can score here on a man-up situation.
Randall scored their only goal of the game 2.5 minutes ago. Can the Trevians put one in? Friedman will set it behind the goal. Out on top, it's Mayday, and he's out there with Henry Sherb. Sherb drops it off. Tyler Baird, excuse me. And New Trier tried to pinch in a little bit, and just they had their pockets picked. And pleading for a call is Friedman, and he's not getting it.
Well, it was kicked back into the attack zone.
Boy, the Trevians really felt like they were wronged on that one, but
Henry Sherb talking to the officials.
we will play on.
Yeah.
Ramblers back on possession, back on the attack. Spun around is Kyle McGarvey. McGarvey tried to split two defenders with a spin move, and we will have a timeout called by Loyola.
Rob Snyder wanting a timeout. Good timeout here with 3:31 remaining. Got a 3-goal lead. He wants to keep it that way heading into halftime.
You are being recognized during halftime.
Start with highlights from across the Chicago area, mix in interviews with coaches, players, and fans. Sports Weekly comes to life. Join Perry Williams every Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday at 6:30 here on CN100 for the week's most comprehensive high school sports coverage in Chicagoland. You can also catch Perry in HD on demand under Get Local CN100. X1 users look for Get Local under the Xfinity Services tab. Quick recap, Mark.
Yes.
Today was sectional championship day today in 4A baseball. So here are your teams that are still alive. Buffalo Grove, Brother Rice, Huntley, Lake Park, Plainfield North, Loyola. They beat Evanston in their section championship game. O'Fallon and Sandburg.
And earlier today, we crowned a boys volleyball state champion, didn't we?
And they went wire to wire, more or less, didn't they? I mean, as far as the season was concerned, the Lincoln Way East Griffins win a state. So Lincoln Way East, they bookended. Win state football in the fall, and they win boys volleyball in the spring.
Coach Fiore, congratulations to him and his boys volleyball team.
You know, I was just checking the temperature, and it says it's 70 degrees out there, which I know is wrong because the one at the truck said it was below 70 when the game started. But it's still a lot warmer than the other lacrosse game we did this year at St. Viator.
Oh, my gosh. Yeah.
An April game, and it was 28 degrees.
Oh.
And
yeah, that was rough.
Again, to all the ADs and more so the athletic secretaries around the what a great job they all did this spring, because they just spent the whole spring rescheduling games. And I also want to send a shout out to all the parents of the outdoor spring sports like softball, baseball, lacrosse, the girls soccer. It has been a brutal spring to be a parent of a spring sports athlete, but you survived, so congratulations. And once next weekend is over and the baseball tournament is done, you can take all those clothes out of your trunk that you have to carry around in the spring.
Give them a good wash.
Oh, you have to have every kind of layer. You have to have every weight of clothing imaginable if you are a spring sports parent. Under 3 minutes to go here in quarter number 2. Loyola working on a 4-1 lead. Najee Taylor backs out, dropped it off. Tim Hackett has a goal in the game. Attack coming from the angle. Connor Cook put it across the goal mouth. Nothing there for Loyola. My next life, Mark, I'm coming back as a fall sports parent. 2.5 to go in quarter number 2. Taylor running free a little bit, didn't really have an angle to look at. Now spins and moves and gets away, puts it in behind the goal. Loyola going into their set, looking for a trailer coming down the middle, but nobody coming down. They'll continue to work it around the perimeter. Connor Cook makes a step, fires, and that was a tough shot. Almost got it go in. He had Oxenhurt right on his shoulder.
Wide to the left just a little bit.
We are working on a possession that began at 3:47. So we are at 1:47 possession right now. Taylor, free, fires, big stop by Yacino.
Huge. 8th save for Cooper. Let's take another look at it here. Boy, Yacino coming up big here. Keep the Trevians to within, trailing just by 3. You see him scoop it up there at the tail end.
And New Trier is going to have to change some of their guys. And the New Trier guys coming off are motioning to their student body and their fans saying, come on, we need a little help here.
Yeah, there's a look at some of the New Trier fans. Well, just like the girls, Jim, the boys divided up into 8 sectionals. The IHSA did a great job again here on the boys' side because 6 of the 8 #1 seeds won their sectionals.
Both of these teams #1 seeds, by the way.
Barrington, the #1 seed in the Huntley sectional. It was South Elgin, the #2 seed, that won that one. And the other team that did not win its sectional was Warren from the Grays Lake North sectional. Grays Lake North, the #2 seed, won that section.
By the way, to give you an idea,
Cooper Usino, it looked like it hit his. Oh, they're dumping some
oh,
water.
you know what?
Oh, okay.
I think we had in
Yeah.
competitive eating they call what is a reversal? It is called a reversal in competitive eating. And I am guessing that it was Carson Oxenhurt because he's sitting on the bench in front of a trash can.
Getting hydrated. Yeah.
By the way, speaking of competitive eating,
Oh, no.
if I don't get a chance to mention one of the players for New Trier, Brandon Chestnut. Not related to Joey Chestnut, but just wanted to throw that out. So we have a timeout while we get a little cleanup.
Yeah.
You know, when you interview to be an athletic director, do you think one of the questions in the interview is, okay, you have a player get sick on the field, what do you do?
I'm not sure if putting water on it is the right thing to do either, as New Trier calls a timeout here with 1:52 to go in the half.
Yeah, Oxenhurt's up off the bench, by the way.
Well, he's a football player. He's a tough kid. 78 boys teams started off the season, Jim, in lacrosse, and it's come down to 2.
Join Alyssa Gamble and the CN100 sports team at the Anthony Rizzo Family Foundation Cook-Off for Cancer. Meet your favorite Cubs players and coaches and hear why they give their time to this valuable cause. You can view this program on CN100 or check it out on demand under Get Local, Local Sports, Chicago Cubs, X1 users. Look for Get Local under the Xfinity Services tab. Night beginning to fall here in Hinsdale. This is the IHSA Boys Lacrosse Championship, first ever. Jim Blaney along with Mark Kruger, along with some of our nearest and dearest friends from Loyola Academy and New Trier High School.
That's right.
We get together every spring.
Yeah.
By the way, you were talking about the seeds earlier, Mark. Both of these teams #1 sectional seeds. Under the old IHSLA format,
right,
they seeded the entire field. Going back to 2013, maybe beyond, but I only have it back to 2013. These two teams were 1 and 2. Either 1 or 2.
Yeah.
They were the only two teams that were #1 or #2 seeds. Shows you the domination that they have had in this sport, these two schools.
Well, Usino there on the restart, the goalkeeper for the Trebs.
1:44 to go. If the Trevians can get one before halftime,
yeah,
it would be enormous.
Just thinking about that.
And we get a whistle. Boy, there was some lobbying going for a call from the Loyola bench, and they got it.
Quinn Cashian, number 11, was telling the official his words, and it's going to go to the Ramblers.
So Ramblers, a minute and a half to go before halftime and possession. Let's see how they decide to play this on the attack. John Garrett being driven outside by Tom DeFelice. And as you often see at a time like this with a possession late in a quarter, Loyola will call timeout.
Rob Snyder might as well use it with 1:16 left. Coach Snyder grew up in Geneva, New York, right down the street from Hobart College.
Don't forget, you can rewatch this game with Xfinity On Demand, and it's really simple what you do to do that, Mark.
All right, Jim.
You select Get Local,
Yep.
and then you choose All High School Sports.
Got it.
And then if you're an Xfinity X1 customer, you scroll over to Xfinity Services, and you select Get Local, and then you can watch today's game in high definition.
Easy as that.
You can watch a lot of the games that we have done this year. And I was kind of mentally going through the Rolodex of the games we've done this year. The game I remember the best, not because of what happened on the field, but just because of the conditions, was the West Aurora South Elgin football game, which I think was week 4 or maybe even week 5. And it was mid-90s. The temperature it was a Saturday afternoon game.
Oh, I remember that well. I was on the sidelines for that one.
And the thing that stuck out in my mind most about that game was the job the officials did of making sure that there were extra breaks in the game, and then the job that the trainers did in that game, keeping guys hydrated. It was really a great job by the officials and then the training staffs for West Aurora and South Elgin high schools. For quality of game by far, though, I've got to go with the Maine South Lincoln Way East playoff game.
That semifinal game?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What an outstanding. Remember the onside kick into the wind in that game?
Yeah.
It was supposed to be a kickoff, but they didn't want to kick it deep to Fotis Kokasulias.
Yeah, right.
And then they ended up popping it up, and Lincoln Way East ended up getting the kick.
Yes.
Under a minute to go here in the second quarter. Loyola looking for more, and that one fired wide by Connor Cook.
Connor Cook trying to get into the scoring column. Timothy Hackett has 2 goals for the Ramblers. Forsyth and Callahan each have the other.
49 seconds to go for the Ramblers. Trying to battle his way in is Nolan Chow. He tried really hard, but not giving any ground was Oxenherd, who's feeling a lot better right now. I'm going to bet he probably feels really good right now after that. That's what usually happens after one of those.
Yeah.
It's like, okay, now I feel okay. Taylor did a nice job at getting rid of that early. Trying to spin and get off a shot was Timmy Hackett. I think the ball came out more than a shot. 15 seconds left. Ground ball. Long stick pushing it forward was Nate Carlton. Can New Trier get off a shot on the attack? Timeout, New Trier.
Well, they'll have 7 seconds to figure out a play here.
They're going to have to go quick.
Yeah. Great job by Tom Harala, his 10th season as the head coach at New Trier. He grew up in Long Meadow, Massachusetts in the 80s, where they won 8 of 10 state titles back in the 80s. It's telling me, Jim, the big difference between East Coast teams and the teams out here in the Midwest is shooting and goalkeeping. They just have better goalkeepers, and they shoot better in the East Coast for some reason.
Really 3 pockets of lacrosse excellence now in the country. You got the Eastern Seaboard, the Midwest, and then the Front Range of Colorado, oddly enough. Seven seconds to go. The Trevians will have the ball in the restart.
Great
Can
shot.
they work quickly and get a shot off?
Yeah, great shot right there of both teams in their respective huddles, figuring out what to do here in the final 7 seconds.
Tyler Baird will get it started again. He's going to have to do something quick. He's going to have to get rid of it. He can't make a rush from where he's at. And just kind of driven out, trying to turn the corner. 3 seconds left. And is he going to get a shot off? He will not.
No, that's it.
That'll be the end of the quarter.
Yeah, he passed it off to Friedman, but it was after the buzzer. And that's it.
Loyola outshot New Trier 18-7 in that opening half. And at the break, Loyola leading New Trier in the IHSA Boys Lacrosse Championship game 4-1. Welcome back to Hinsdale Central High School. Halftime at the top of the stats is the score, 4-1 Loyola. And Mark, draw control. It really has kind of been the big thing here.
Yeah, 5-2 advantage to Loyola. Look at the shots, though, Jim. 18-7 advantage for Loyola. The more shots you take, the more goals you're going to score. Shots
Yeah.
on goal, 10-3 advantage to the Ramblers.
Yeah, Loyola, and really the only blemish on what they've done in this game is that they gave up the goal.
Yeah.
And that's really been about it.
1 of 2 in man-up situations. That was Quinn Callahan's goal in which they scored man-up.
The Emmy Award-winning Inside Game of the Week is proud to present its coverage of the Chicago State University 4A Super Sectional between Simeon and Whitney Young. These two formidable foes faced off in mid-March to see who would advance to the state's Final Four. You can view this program on CN100 or check it out on demand under Get Local. CN100 Game of the Week. X1 users look for Get Local under the Xfinity Services tab.
That was a pretty memorable game, too, wasn't it?
Yeah.
That game?
Before we go any farther along in the proceedings, want to talk about just a dedicated, longtime member of our crew that is retiring. It's going to work for a little while longer, but this is its last game of the week, and that is our truck.
Yeah.
This is it for the truck.
That's it.
And we are getting the truck is getting reconfigured and redone over the summer. So it has been one of the most consistent, outstanding performers
Yes.
we've had in all the years we've been doing Game of the Week. So we're excited that we're getting new stuff.
There it is.
There it is.
MVP.
But you know what? It is. It is. Pete and Ken up there. You can tell Pete and Ken apart because Pete's always got the shorts on.
Yeah.
But I'm telling you what, that truck is. It's what I look for when I go to a game, so I know where to park.
Me
you know.
too. It will be missed.
Yeah. And Dan Lee.
Yeah, his new baby's coming.
Has been the guy that at times has had to really pull some magic to keep things going.
Yeah.
And here's the other thing that I remember. The last time I ever saw a desktop for Windows 3.1, I saw on a computer in that truck. So
Final sporting event for our
Yeah.
CN100 truck.
what a faithful soldier that truck has been.
Yeah.
Just about ready for the second half to get underway here. And it would be really outstanding for New Trier if Matt Moog could start this thing off with a face-off victory. But he's got a tough task because Mick Burden has been outstanding.
Well, whoever it is, whoever scores this next goal here this third quarter, it's going to be a big swing either way.
Now, this is such an old pop culture reference that I'm betting that most of the parents of the players wouldn't even get, but Mick Burden's been an animal on face-offs.
There you go, the beast of Burden, right?
You can go with the Mick reference. I was thinking more along the lines of Eric Burden of the Animals. And Mick won another one.
Yeah.
Huge draw to start out the second half here for Loyola, and they will go on the attack. Quinn Cashin will move it in, and whoa, boy, was that a great catch by Quinn Callahan. John Halsek might want to
flag down.
take note of that one. Yeah, flag down, and it is going to be a man advantage. And by the slow walk that Moog is making, I'm guessing maybe it's him.
Could be Cashin. No, Cashin's just coming out of the game.
And the knee of shame is not being taken.
By nobody yet.
No, I saw a flag.
I saw one too, right at the 10-yard line. Maybe the official just picked it up.
Nope. Now we here's the walk of shame being made by Tom DeFelice.
Yeah. Oh, there he is.
New Trier really needs to come up big here. I believe this is a 30-second. It is a 1 minute. 1 minute advantage for Loyola, so they can take a little bit of time here as they try to get set, figure out how to attack this New Trier defense, which has been actually pretty good. Only giving up 4 goals, but when you only get 2 on the other end, or 1 on the other end, it creates a problem. What a move to get free in front by Callahan. And then another chop. Who's going to go off this time?
Ramblers 1 of 2 in man-up situations here.
And Brian Dolby, number 40, is in goal for New Trier.
Yeah.
They're going to pick up the flag.
Yeah.
So Brian Dolby in goal for New Trier.
Well, they've been doing this, Jim, this season. Tom Harala telling me that they've been going to Brian Dolby in the second half. Cooper, second-team all-conference performer. Brian, honorable mention all-conference.
Yeah, you got two guys. You might as well use them,
Yeah,
right?
you might as well.
Oh, what a great pass in front. Unbelievable. Caden Keller to Quinn Callahan.
What a quick release by Callahan for his second goal of the game. Give the assist to Keller here. Look at that. Look at this pass. Threads the needle, and the quick catch and shoot by Callahan. Goal number 2 by Quinn, and the second goal in a man-up situation for the Ramblers.
I can tell you there's nothing you can do about that.
No.
And it was the pass by Keller.
Yeah. Yeah, it was right there. All Callahan had to do was catch it, let it fly. So Callahan with 2 goals, Hackett with 2 goals for the Ramblers. Big, big goal.
Can Burden win another one? The answer, no, not this time. New Trier with a critical face-off win. Tyler Baird on the run. He fires, and it almost got through Aracalo. He had to look behind him and then find it at his feet. Now on the attack, here come the Ramblers. Quinn Cashin, a lot of room to run. Didn't see anything in front of him. He'll dump it off. John Garrett will give it to the recently taking the field, Connor Cook. Garrett goes off. Cook comes on. Tim Hackett comes on with him. And now here's Caden Keller.
Yeah, Keller back on as well, number 42.
And Callahan is out there as well. Spin move drive, put him behind the goal. That's Callahan. Keller on the move again. Takes a look, nothing there. Around the back side of the net, here comes Nolan Chow. Ramblers will let the clock run a little bit. They'll back off and see if they can maybe draw out this defense a little bit. By the way, in the girls 3A championship game, Barrington has scored and tied up New Trier. There's 20 minutes left in the game, and they're all tied up at 1-1, New Trier and Barrington. I think those two teams account for the last 3 girls state championships.
I was just trying to think about that as well. The Phillies won it last year.
And then New Trier won the 2 before that. So
right.
There we go. And then it was Naperville North before that, right?
Right.
Naperville North finished 3rd this year.
Yeah.
9:10 remaining here in the 3rd quarter. Loyola trying to add on to a 5-1 lead over New Trier. Keller paying the price, was able to stay with it and keep possession. Bouncer on top, a little tough to handle, but no pressure on Connor Cook, so he was able to scoop that one easily. Tim Hackett on the run, making his rush, peels back. After he drew in the defense, he dropped it back. And now New Trier are able to recover on defense and get all matched up again. What a move. But passing off instead of shooting was Cook. Long possession now for Loyola.
Yes.
Coming out of the corner is Hackett. Hackett drives, tried to go low and missed.
Still have possession, though, and you're right, Jim. They've been very patient, running of the clock and getting a break. If you don't have the ball, you're getting a breather here for Loyola.
Clock down to 8:15 remaining in quarter number 3.
Yeah.
This possession started at 10:36, so it's gone on for well over 2 minutes now. Spin, fire, that one didn't get through. And Oxenhurt didn't know the ball was flying right below his feet. Ramblers able to keep it alive.
Great job. That was Cook, I believe, from his back, passing it to a teammate. And now he comes out.
Najee Taylor comes back on for Loyola. Joins the attack. Taylor trying to make a move. Got by his first man. Drives in. Passed off. Keller fires that one wide.
Take another look at it here. I believe it was Connor Cook who was on his back right there. Yeah, 23 passing it. Nice little pass to his teammate, Chow.
possession is now more than 3 minutes old. Turn by Keller. But Loyola just not making mistakes.
No, I was just going to say unforced errors. We do not see any tonight. The passing has been precise. Boy, the Ramblers are playing awful well. And they're in the driver's seat.
Hackett fires, and a big stop by Dolby, but he couldn't control the rebound and then finally got on top of it.
Take another look at it here, the tail end of this possession. Hackett lets it fly. Nice save, however, there by Dolby.
Taken away at midfield. New Trier got possession, but never got to set up on the attack. They're going to get it back.
Yes.
Pulled away by one of the long stick midfielders, and now on the run upfield, can they get Loyola out of position? And the Trevians again don't handle it cleanly. Ground ball in the Loyola end. Rattled around, going after it is Gavin Randall. And we get, ball goes out, and it's going to stay with New Trier. 6-12, we're midway through the third quarter. Loyola leads 5-1. Trevians fell behind 4-0 in this game, got a goal, and then gave up one to Loyola when Callahan scored early in this quarter. But we've been on 5-1 for a while. Here comes the rush to shot, and that one goes wide. It was a good rush and a good look by Brian Sitzer, but he couldn't put it home.
Remember, the first game was 5-3 back on May 1st. New Trier winning that one. If Loyola holds on to win here, Jim, it would be tied at 8 as far as these two teams playing each other in a state championship game.
Johnny Mayday over the top of the cage. Here comes the shot. Urakawa got a skate on it. Brian Sitzer with the shot, deflected out. Ground ball scooped up in midfield for the moment, then taken away by the Trevians. Trevians with numbers. They have a chance. Johnny Mayday fires and scores. Oh, did he pay a price afterwards?
Indeed. Mayday, Johnny with the goal, the senior midfielder. A huge goal for New Trier. A couple of moments ago, Brian Sitzer had a wide open look at a goal attempt. This time, though, it's Mayday. Oh, look at that. Henry Scherb gets the assist. There's the pass. Boy, there was nothing that Dominic could do on that one. As Jim mentioned, Mayday took a spill after the shot.
Yeah, he had a little assistance in getting to the ground.
Yeah. How big is that now, Jim? With 5:18 to go in the third, Trev's down by just 3.
Now Moog trying to back it up with a win off the draw.
Boy, these draws are so big.
Yeah. Ball comes out, picked up by the Trevians. Tyler Baird scooped it up, 4th win off the draw by the Trevians. They have the ball right back and a chance to make it a 2-goal game.
Oh.
Boy, the Trevians have made a lot of mistakes at midfield, haven't they?
Yeah, Brooks South couldn't handle the pass by Dolby.
That was a classic case of you got in far too deep, especially for a long stick guy. Quinn Cashin just got into no man's land with that one.
Ball remains to the Ramblers, however.
Boy, every time it looks like New Trier is on the cusp of getting back into the game, they make a mistake and they turn it over in midfield there.
Yes.
4:40 to go in the third quarter. Turning into a beautiful night. A little cool, but very nice.
Yes.
No humidity, folks.
Very comfortable.
Lack of humidity is a wonderful thing.
Yeah. Jim, I just keep going back to last year's championship game. New Trier scoring a couple goals late, right?
Yeah, and when for the last couple times we've seen New Trier win a state championship, they've done it late.
Yeah,
they've come back.
I mean, literally with minutes to go in regulation.
Right.
So.
I mean, we had one of the championship games, they all kind of run together after a while. Remember, I believe we were at Palatine. The game was over. Loyola had won, and somehow New Trier got the game to overtime and then won it in overtime. There's a shot that'll go wide. And we get a Whistle, and we get a crease violation, and it is going to be New Trier possession, 3:47 to go.
New Trier crowd liking that call.
Job one, they got to get it across midfield, and they do.
Yep.
Brian Sitzer. They're waiting for the changes to come. Mayday, who just scored, comes on. Also coming on is Gavin Randall.
3.5 left. New Trier scores here before the end of the third, and we should be in for one heck of a fourth quarter.
Randall trying to drive, got free. Everybody just let him go, and he tried to find the upper corner of the net. And Taylor was able to defend and kind of get him off kilter, but boy, Randall just blew by Taylor. You see the difference between the way the two teams are handling the ball. Loyola a little bit more efficient. Dylan Bruno had to really make a nice play to keep that in possession for New Trier. Sitzer works his way in, fired. That one wide. Sitzer, oh, he's frustrated.
Yeah, he made a good move.
He made a great move. He had a good look. He couldn't put it away. But New Trier keeps it. We're under 3 to go. Ball just knocked away. Just flat out lost, and it's Luca Lazaretto that scooped it up.
Another unforced turnover for New Trier. A couple of those in the last couple of moments, Jim.
Ramblers leading 5-2. Taylor will drag it back toward midfield as the Ramblers switch up their personnel. Connor Cook driven to the outside, chased by Oxenhurt, and then knocked down by the long stick of Tom DeFelice. Behind the net. Ball is there. Dolby's out of the goal.
Yeah.
Wow.
That's a risk.
New Trier making it interesting here, but McRitchie comes up with it.
Dolby making a gamble coming out of the goal.
Brian Sitzer, long pass. Oxenhurt has a little bit of room to run. Puts it on the money. Johnny Mayday didn't have an angle. He will do the wise thing for New Trier. They have a chance to get it to 2.
Trevian's playing with a little bit more urgency on the offensive end.
Still not getting a lot of great looks.
No.
But they're being patient. Tyler Baird. Baird moves in, makes a cut, takes a look, and he tries to go low with the bouncer. And I don't know if Dominic Arocalo got a part of that or not, but it bounces harmlessly away. But New Trier will keep possession now with 1.5 minutes to go. Randall on the run. Drops it back. This is Mayday. Shoveled it off. Baird got it back, takes a look, drives in, tough angle. Arocalo did get a piece of that. And it will stay with New Trier now with 1:11 to go. New Trier 7 shots in the first half, 8 this quarter.
Yeah, they're getting a lot more opportunities here in this quarter. Tough angles, though.
Yeah. They're really not, they don't have big windows to shoot at.
Yeah.
Mayday drops it back. In front, going low, but unable to cash in was Sherb.
Yeah, that was a nice pass by Mayday. Got it to Sherb with a pretty good angle.
40 seconds remaining in the quarter. New Trier desperately trying to make this a 2-goal game. They've had 3 shots in this possession. Tyler Baird with under 30 to go. Baird, he has a look. Driven to the outside, dropped it off. Here comes the shot, and that one went wide.
Again, they've all been on the right here. They've all gone left.
Yeah.
Now with just 20 seconds left, Jim.
High pass, that one flagged down nicely by Baird. Baird will try to make his move, trying to turn the corner and get in front, dropped it off, no one home.
Yep.
The only one who was there was Tim Hackett. Loyola on the run, 3 seconds to go. Can they get something going? The answer is no. 3 quarters done. Loyola has led for all but 35 seconds of this game. And that was the first 35 before anybody scored. Into the third, Loyola leading New Trier 5-2 in the CN100 game of the week. One more quarter left in regulation. Loyola leading New Trier 5-2 in the boys IHSA Lacrosse Championship game. You know, Mark, in the interest of equal time, we gave the Final 8 for baseball. Here's the Final 8 for girls softball.
All right.
Sandburg, Minooka, York, Palatine, Plainfield North, Barrington, and St. Charles North. If I am not mistaken, that means Sandburg and Plainfield North got their baseball teams and their softball teams into the super sectionals. And St. Charles North, if their girls softball team can win a state title, it would be the first in school history. Lots of shots by New Trier that quarter.
Yeah, the third quarter, 9 for New Trier, 4 for Loyola. They had 4 shots on goal in that final possession of the third quarter, Jim, but they couldn't put it in the net, and now they're still down by 3.
And in the girls' 3A soccer championship game, they've gone to overtime. New Trier and Barrington tied at 1, which unfortunately probably means it's going to go to a shootout. At that level, you don't often get game-winning. And then remember, they play 2 10-minute overtime periods. It's not sudden death. Najee Taylor, another possession for Loyola.
Well, with the clock coming up on the 11-minute mark, one more goal for Loyola just might do it.
Right, because then if Loyola scores again, you're asking for New Trier just to get the game to overtime to double their goal output for the entire game over the course of whatever's left in the clock.
And win every faceoff after the goal.
Kind of driven off is George Stanton. Oxenhurt just kind of guided him to the side.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see how, oh boy, there's a check to the face area.
Oxenhurt's going to go off again.
Yeah. That was pretty obvious. George Stanton was the recipient. Take another look at it here. Carson with the shot, and there's the flag. And so Ox will take a knee. Perhaps a bit of frustration there, but got to control yourself here.
Carson's had an interesting evening, to say the least.
Great opportunity for the Ramblers to get up by 4. They're 2 of 3 on the man-up situations.
Ramblers also won the state title in hockey this year, so trying to add another state championship to their burgeoning trophy case. They're always in the fight to win state titles in various sports. They lead this one 5-2. Taylor, square onto the net, passed it off, side of the cage, nothing there. Keller gave it back to Taylor. Keller wants to shoot, fires, and that one was flagged nicely by Brian Dolby.
Both teams at full strength now.
Johnny Mayday on the attack for New Trier. They have a square on shot. Big stop by Uricalo. And the rebound went right to William Starshak.
10 saves now for Dominic. Boy, he has been outstanding in goal for the Ramblers.
Quinn Callahan has it for Loyola. We're under 10 minutes to go. Boy, the best opportunities Loyola has had have been really off of the break. They've been aggressive on changes of possession, and that's where their best looks have come. This Loyola defense has been outstanding.
And now on offense, up 3 goals with 9:20 to go. See if they try to run a couple of minutes off the clock here.
Trying the ball free was Hazard Barr. And then Barr just gets tripped at midfield, and now New Trier is going to have a golden opportunity to get this thing where it might be manageable.
Yeah, got to take advantage here of this man-up situation here. 9:02 left. You see Taylor limping noticeably coming off the field for Loyola.
Critical moment in the game.
Penalty call, number 41, Andrew Forsythe.
So Forsythe will take the knee of shame.
And this is a 30-second penalty, so the Trevians man up here for the next 30 seconds. They're 0 for 1, Jim, in man-up situations tonight.
Back in behind the goal for Dylan Bruno, and then a turnover by the Trevians. That has been the story of the game. Now Loyola, they just want to run around with it and see if they can get the penalty to expire. Lazaretto has it. He'll draw a lot of attention. And it will be a timeout, Loyola.
Yeah, that was big, Jim. New Trier had a man-up situation. They turned the ball over to Loyola, and Coach Snyder wants to talk things over. A 3-goal lead with 8:41 left.
Every time the Trevians have had a chance to get this down to 2 goals, they've just kind of shot themselves in the foot.
Yeah.
By turning it over. They've had some problems at midfield. 13 total turnovers. Here was the last save by Dominic Uricalo. He gave up a long rebound, but right there to grab it was Starshak.
Yeah, Loyola quickly the other way.
.841 remaining. Earlier tonight, it was Hinsdale Central winning the girls' IHSA Lacrosse Championship over New Trier. Jim Blaney, Mark Kruger, our entire CN100 crew for one more time this year. This marks the end of our season with the CN100 game of the week. I'm already looking forward to football.
I can't wait till
yeah,
week 1.
I'm really excited. So anyway, thanks to all the guys. I mean, it's the greatest crew I've ever worked with, Mark. I mean,
yeah, they're a good bunch of guys.
Great
man.
guys, great technicians, and it is my pleasure to be able to come out to these games when we do them and get to work with you and Jack and Kenny and everybody along the way. I hope everybody has a good and safe summer. And
yep.
August 24th.
Oh, you got the date already?
Yes.
Week 1.
August 24.
You know, we were talking about memorable games this season. Week 1 of the football season, that was the Maine South at Glenbard West game, wasn't it?
Yes.
Where Maine South didn't do anything wrong.
Scored 62?
Incredible. 60 plus, yeah.
That's right.
Oh, that's, yeah.
The ball never hit the turf.
Incredible.
I don't think I've ever seen a quarterback have a game where the football never hit the turf. And even in their kicking game, they in punting it, it was amazing to watch.
Yeah.
And then, I mean, we thought Maine South was the greatest team we'd ever seen. And the next week they got beat by Lincoln Way East. And Lincoln Way East went on to play Maine South again later in the year in the state semifinals. And it was an amazing football season.
It was indeed.
Under 8 minutes to go here. Najee Taylor was a little nicked up the last time we saw him on the field, and he looks fine now. And now an uncharacteristic mistake by Loyola. And it's going to be New Trier ball. 7:38 to go.
Yeah, and again, the Trevians are just going to have an X number amount of opportunities of possessions.
I think this is pretty much must score for New Trier.
You see the time left, 7.5.
But as Mark and I have talked about, there's been other times in state title games where it looked like they were finished and they've come back and won. Johnny Mayday, way out, trying to generate an opportunity, and he'll run. Johnny Mayday on the run, he fires, and Dominic Uricalo makes the save. Number 11.
Yeah, the way he's been playing in goal, Uricalo save number 11. It's going to be awful tough for New Trier to put 3 through that guy to tie the game up.
Yeah, they're going to need 3 goals, which is one more they've scored in the first 7/8 of this game over the course of the last 6 minutes. Especially now, Loyola is not going to advance the ball unless they see a clear opportunity to get an advantage. Well, Ramblers put it on the turf, but the only guy there is Brendan Tate, and he scooped it up nicely. And so now Timmy Hackett will back it out.
And again, there is no shot clock, so the Rambler is going to be very, very patient here.
Hackett trying a swim move to get free. Actually had an angle and just didn't have any kind of space to fire a shot. Caden Keller on the run, put it behind the goal.
As we are under 6 minutes.
And the Ramblers may have wrapped it up.
Yeah.
Put away by Brendan Tate.
Only a sophomore. Here's a replay of it. You see Tate behind the cage, comes around, kind of a curl move, dives as he shoots, and he scores. Here's another angle of it. You see Tate coming out from behind the cage and curls around to get the angle, and he puts it in. 6-2 Ramblers.
11 and a half minutes burned off the clock between goals. Mayday scored at 5:18 left in the third to make it a 5-2 game. 5:48 the time of Tate's goal. But the goal is just part of the story. All the time going away was important too.
Right.
And it is Burden winning another one. Burden got rid of it. This is Chow. Carries it around the back of the net, waits for the attackers to get on. 5.5 left. Loyola won the state championship in 2016. They won 2 in a row, 12 and 13. Now here's one of the amazing things about this series. Loyola's best run of state titles was 3 years, 02, 03, and 04. New Trier, they had a run of 6 in a row, 05 to 2010. In front, errant pass, and it will be New Trier ball. Under 5 minutes to go.
And that run by New Trier, all those titles in a row, they beat Loyola, right? In the championship game, I believe.
6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. They didn't,
Okay.
not in 05.
Gotcha. Yeah, the Trevians with 14 turnovers tonight. Big part of the story. Four and a half left. So now these two teams would have played each other 16 times for a state championship, and it's 8-8.
You will not find two programs that are more similar in their excellence than these two. Najee Taylor got free, dropped it back. And we'll have a flag go up, and it's going to result in a man advantage for Loyola. And there's only 4 minutes to go.
Yeah.
Will they try and score, though, here? They do, and they put it away.
Oh, I think it went to the side.
The
side of two side officials are coming in now.
Yeah, they're coming in, but it looks like they're both saying it hit the side of the net. I saw the net ripple and called it went in.
Yeah, I did too.
But it's going to so it still works out to Loyola's advantage that they are going to go up a man out of this.
Right, the penalty is still going to hold, I believe.
Yeah, the Ramblers, the chore now is to realize you've got to get through the last 4 minutes of this game.
Here, let's take, this will be a great angle here. There's the shot, and yes, it did
it didn't miss by much, though.
But, as Jim mentioned, Loyola with a man-up situation here. 1 minute.
Two for 4 on the advantages tonight for Loyola. For the record, it's Tyler Baird that is off right now for New Trier. Tough catch in behind the goal for Andrew Forsyth. Loyola's going to play a little long ball here. They're just spreading out, moving the ball, and having that clock keep moving. Almost a misstep by Caden Keller, lost his footing, got it back. Taylor chased down by Tom DeFelice. Just a game of keep away right now for Loyola. Side of the cage, you have to take that opportunity. On the doorstep, wide open Quinn Callahan, and Loyola leads at 7-2.
Third goal by Callahan, Jim, and the third goal for the Ramblers in man-up situations. Take another look at it here. You see Callahan with a quick catch and shoot. His third goal of the game, and that just about will do it. Nice curl, and it gets by Dolby. So the senior attacker, Quinn Callahan, with his third goal. What a way to finish off his high school career. Loyola will improve to 22-3. New Trier will fall to 21-4 on the year.
Coming into this game, Loyola had 6 times where they gave up 2 goals or less in a game. But it's not even close that the other teams in that list, which New Trier will get added to if they don't score another goal.
Yeah. New
Trier by far the highest quality opponent.
No doubt.
That fits into that category on the Loyola ledger. 2:47 to go, New Trier with the ball. Henry Scherb just had it flat out taken away. Ramblers on the attack again as we have 2:20 remaining in the fourth quarter. Scramble at midfield, coming up with it is Dylan Bruno. Bruno got by his defenders. Bruno continues to bear down on the goal, dropped it off, and he missed his target. He was trying to get it to Henry Friedman. And New Trier will keep possession of the ball. 2:05 to go. So in this decade, Loyola's champions will be 2012, 2013, 2016, and 2018. This one has to be satisfying because as we talked about at the start, that just based on what we knew about the teams coming in, this New Trier team just looked loaded. But when you get teams like this that know each other so well, it's hard to really have a big advantage. Cooper Prodzik will take a knee, so it's going to be an advantage for New Trier. They'll try and move it quickly. Big shot, Uricalo, another save. He's been phenomenal in this game tonight. Under 2 minutes to go. Prodzik still off. Boy, splitting the defense at midfield and making a very nice run and showing some great moves is Kyle McGarvey. Najee Taylor has it. Prodzik still on the sideline. Under a minute and a half to go. Najee Taylor just trying to burn time. Callahan out in front. Boy, the only guy on him was the keeper, and that was Brian Dolby. Ground ball, 1 minute remaining, and we have all sorts of pushing and shoving and use some sticks, and it's going to be New Trier ball. On the restart, New Trier moving quickly, trying to get something out of this. Corner of the net shot, Uricalo makes another save. Under a minute to go. New Trier will keep possession. Henry Friedman has it on the restart. Friedman takes it, he'll move it around. Henry Scherb had it for a moment. Johnny Mayday. Coming up on half a minute to go. Mayday moves in toward the goal, couldn't get a look, has Taylor all over him. Ball dropped back, Drew Feeney, a senior, as the coach is getting the seniors out onto the field right now. Feeney grabs it. Mayday makes a move, tries to get his angle. Uricalo's there to make the save. 14 saves for Uricalo, 10 seconds to go. And Uricalo's going to hang on to it. That's an apt end to this game. He was one of the outstanding players for Loyola. He'll fire it high, he'll fire it deep. Yard sale going on. Loyola wins the IHSA Boys Lacrosse Championship with an impressive 7-2 victory over New Trier. When we come back to Hinsdale Central, we will wrap it up on the CN100 Game of the Week. Welcome back to Hinsdale Central, where the Loyola Ramblers are celebrating a state lacrosse championship. They win the first IHSA Boys Lacrosse Championship with a 7-2 victory over New Trier. Let's take a look at our play of the game. It came early in the third quarter. Loyola leading 4-1, and this is just an unbelievable pass by Caden Keller to Quinn Callahan that results in the goal that puts Loyola up by a margin of 5-1. Now, New Trier certainly had their chances to get back in the game after that, but that really put New Trier in a spot. They would only score one more goal the rest of the game, and Loyola moves on and wins yet another Boys Lacrosse State Championship. Let's go to Mark Kruger, who's with our player of the game.
Jim, thank you very much. Dominic Uricalo, the junior goalkeeper for Loyola, came up huge tonight. 14 saves, holding New Trier to just 2 goals. Dominic, first off, congratulations. What was the key to your success here tonight in goal?
Honestly, all day I was just thinking about this, just imagining every save out there. I don't even know. I just focused on the ball. Like, my defense was giving shots that I wanted, and it was great team effort. I got to give credit to my defense. They really played the balls out.
What did Coach Snyder talk to you guys about before this game?
All he talked about was focusing on us as a team, not who we're playing to win the state championship, not because of New Trier, but because we love each other. It's a special team bond, and I love this team.
Can I ask you about May 1st? You guys came up a little bit short. Was that on your minds tonight? And also, was last year's championship game on your mind as well?
Definitely both of those were. Honestly, since the last state championship, that's all I've been thinking about. And May 1st, we didn't play our best, but we used it as motivation, and it just helped us come out on top.
I know you're only a junior, but you're going to commit to Manhattan College. Tell us a little bit about where that college is at and why you selected them.
It's in the borough, the Bronx of New York City. I don't know, I like the school. It's a perfect fit for me. I'm sorry, I'm at a loss for words right now. But yeah, great. It's an upcoming program. I'm just looking forward to it.
Well, listen, congratulations. Go celebrate with your teammates, all right?
Thank you.
Nice job, the goalkeeper for Loyola, 100 player of the game. Jim, back upstairs to you.
Mark, thank you so much. What a performance. Remember, he's just a sophomore, and boy, it's hard to imagine it getting better than that, but he's got 2 more years of high school lacrosse to go, and the Loyola Ramblers win a state championship by beating New Trier by a score of 7-2. Let's take another look at the stats, the final stats in the game. I promised something, but I couldn't deliver. Third quarter was really the pivotal part of the game because New Trier outshot Loyola 10-8 in that third quarter, but yet New Trier only scored 1 goal. So that shows you the impact that Dominic Uricalo had in this game because New Trier had their opportunities to try and get back into this game. Remember, at the half it was 4-1. And Loyola scored early to make it 5-1. But, you get a goal, you can still get back in it. But time after time came up and made big saves, stopping people, and really kind of making it look rather easy at times as he had it locked up. So Dominic Uricalo, outstanding effort. And really a great effort, as Dominic pointed out, by the entire Loyola defense because he just didn't have to look at that many shots during the course of the game. 22 shots total for New Trier, 8 on goal. But look at the ground balls. Loyola has the advantage there, 31-21. And draw controls ended up rather even, but Loyola won the bulk of them early in the game, which kind of set the tone for the contest. So Loyola will go back with another state championship trophy, and this lacrosse season, even though it's the first one under the IHSA banner, it ends the way so many of these seasons do, and that is with these two teams walking off the field in a state championship game. The CN100 Game of the Week is brought to you by Xfinity. Get the internet speed and TV channels you want at a price you'll love, and find out how to get up to 5 lines of unlimited nationwide talk and text at no extra cost with Xfinity Mobile. Call 1-800-XFINITY today. So for the final time in the 2017-18 academic year, we thank you for joining us on the CN100 Game of the Week. For Mark Kruger and our entire CN100 crew, I'm Jim Blaney, and I especially want to say thank you to Rich Forsman of CN100 for once again being committed to doing this year after year after year. It is a pleasure for us to work on it and bring these games to you, and we thank you so much for joining us. Final score once again. Loyola Academy wins the IHSA Boys State Lacrosse Championship with a 7-2 victory over New Trier. Thank you for joining us on the CN100 Game of the Week, and we'll talk to you again late in the summer. Have a great summer.